is Easter Sunday. I have a couple of hours spare this morning, so I'm going to head down to the allotment now. I've got some pallet collars in the boot of this van. Need to take them down and assemble them because they're going to become the carrot and onion bed. Then I'm hopefully going to have enough time to fill them. And then I've got to disappear back home for Easter Sunday lunch. And then I've got a few spare hours again later this afternoon. So I will sow some carrots, plant the onion sets, and then I also have the last of my main crop potatoes to try and get in. So I thought it'd be a really cool way of taking you along with the journey. Obviously, I'm no expert. I am learning as I grow. But yeah, I thought I'd film the journey for today. Trip number 1 involved trying to get these pallet collars out of the van. I'd stacked them all up so I could fit them in because they're quite big. So it took a bit of jiggling and removing a few items before I could get them out. But these were an absolute bargain off Facebook Marketplace. So I fully recommend having a look on there first. I think I paid £9 each and they're 1.4 metres long. So they're really good sized pallet collars. So definitely check out Facebook before heading to any shop because there's so many bargains to be had. I then realised I had room underneath the pallet collar, so I tried to add a bag of compost in. Obviously that didn't work out, so I had to quickly grab the wheelbarrow before it took everything with it. But yeah, we got everything in. You know, maximising the space. It's quite a walk from the car park to my allotment plot, so I didn't want to have to make too many trips. Wheelbarrow fully loaded and I was ready to make the trip to the plot. I laid them 2 of them out to make sure they would fit in the space that I thought I wanted them in, and they were fine. So then it was time to start laying down the cardboard and get that wet ready for the compost to go on top. I'm opting for a bit of a no-dig approach. I'm hoping this is going to work really well, especially as the left side's going to be a carrot bed. So there's actually going to be 2 pallet collars stacked on top of each other. I like the no-dig approach because it's a lot easier to start up, especially when you've just took on a plot. I wanted to be able to grow things this season, and have to try and check the ground and improve it I would have thought would have just been a bit too much. So we're opting for no dig where we can, and then over the years I will look to improve it. See, I'm just watering the cardboard because you want it really wet so that it'll start to actually decompose. Then it was time to stack the pallet collars together. I realised after I put this one down, they'd actually put it down upside down. They've got like little catches at the top so that if you do double stack them, they will stay in place. These don't have the pins, but I'm not concerned about that because the compost and everything will help keep it in its place. After some adjusting with the cardboard underneath, I then went and grabbed the second pallet collar and stacked it on top. And then this bed is now ready to be filled with compost. Back down to the van for trip number 2. The sun's starting to make a little bit more of an appearance now. Same as we did for the carrot side, I'm laying down some cardboard, getting it wet, and then this will just have one pallet collar on, as it's only going to be the onion bed, so I don't need it to be as deep as the carrots. And now it's time to fill both the beds up with a lot of compost. I definitely underestimated how much compost this would be. Unfortunately, with it being my first year on the plot, I don't have the compost bay fully functional. Next year it'll be so much easier because I will have 2 full bays, hopefully, fingers crossed, of homemade compost that I'll be able to top all the beds up with. But this year it has been quite a pricey deal, and getting a loose wagon of compost just isn't practical for my allotment. So, and I've just found it easier to do it bit by bit. So I've been buying bags as and when I've needed them. One thing you need to make sure that you do with your compost as you go is to break up any of the large clumps. Obviously, your veg or seedlings are going to struggle to grow through them, the root system. So just get your hands stuck in there. I probably should wear gloves. I hope my nail tech doesn't watch this, but I absolutely love the feel of the compost on my hands, so I'm always getting stuck in. Hey guys, I'm here down at the carrot bed. I'm probably going to need a little bit more compost and a bit more sand, but what I have done is done a mix of compost, sand and topsoil. So the topsoil will help stop the compost from compacting so much, and the sand will also help keep it nice and light. Bit of reading, and carrots seem to be, you'd think they'd be simple, but they seem to be pretty tricky to grow. So I'm hoping this combination of compost, topsoil and sand will help keep the soil nice and light for the carrots to grow in. So we shall see. And now it's time to mix all 3 up together so it's all nicely spread out throughout the bed. second visit to the allotment in the same day, and it was onion planting time. So I used this strip of wood that I had in the shed to help mark out the spacings. I found it so much easier just to make little impressions in the soil and then obviously use it to measure the distance between the rows. So I added my onion sets in here. These are barren onions. So I'm hopeful. I've never grown onions before, so we shall see. I am a little bit late to the game, but you never know, we could be successful. I do plan on also stapling some mesh across the top of the bed because I'm worried that something's going to try and dig these up before they've had chance to grow. Time to cover up the onions and then move on to another job as we've still got lots of sunlight and time in the day. So another job that I've managed to tick off my ever-ending allotment job list has been to build some pea structures. I've got 2 here. I did them out of bamboo canes. They didn't take that long, surprisingly easy. I filmed a little bit, so I'll pop that clip in next. I ignore how I tied them. I was just making it up as I go along, so hopefully they will hold. I will add string/twine as everything grows up, and I'm also planning on adding some like coloured ribbon to the tops, like long strands of it, just to try and help deter the birds from swooping in and stealing the peas and beans before they're ready. Ignore the weeds that you could see at the bottom. That is an ongoing job and I'm okay with it. I'm going to do some this week and then I will do it again before I plant the peas and beans in. Not decided what 2 are going to go in there. I will have to build some more somewhere else on the plot as well. Another allotment find. This I wasn't sure. Before we got this, it just looked like a big clump of dead wood, so we half dug it out, and it is actually rhubarb. So I'm going to leave this here as long as I possibly can, see if we are able to get a decent harvest off it, and then eventually I will probably dig this out and relocate it because this is where I want my butternut squash to be. But for now, we have some rhubarb. On top of building the pea structures and the onion and carrot beds bit behind me, I have also managed to get the last of my potatoes in, so I'm really excited about that. We've got the main crop in this bed, slightly different to the bed behind me where I've done 2 trenches and left a mound in the middle. These I've just dug a little deeper, levelled out the soil, and I will mound them up, which is also called earthing them up as the greenery starts to shoot through. So fingers crossed, we will have lots of potato this year. That's all for this week on Grow with Georgina at my little allotment, plot 69N. I've done quite a bit for the short amount of time that I've been up at the allotment this week. So hopefully I'll have a bit more progress to show you next week. So if you are interested in following this journey as I turn my abandoned plot into a colourful oasis full of lots of veg and fruit, then like this video, comment and subscribe, and you'll get another update in a week. Bye for now.